The 5 practices, 3 leaders, 1 challenge. Exploring leadership through the lens of the leadership challenge. What do a warehouse executive, a Supreme Court justice, and a tech icon have in common? They led different worlds, but despite their differences, they each exemplified the timeless traits of extraordinary leadership. Today, we will dive into each of these important leaders and talk about how they were and are effective, using the 5 practices from the Leadership Challenge.
Ron Vacris, the president and CEO of Costco. Ron exemplified a leader who models the way, encourages the heart, and enables others to act. Ron models the way through his integrity, humility, and lead by example approach. He began his career in 1982 as a forklift driver at Price Club, which later merged with Costco in 1993. Over the years, he steadily rose through the ranks to become CEO, demonstrating that hard work, dedication, and character matter. Ron's journey sends a powerful message. No job is beneath him, and leadership starts with setting the right example for others to follow. Ron encourages the heart by showing a deep respect for Costco's employees and fostering a culture rooted in recognition, loyalty, and inclusion. He promotes an environment where every individual has the opportunity to grow and share their voice. In an interview with South Sound Business, Ron shared, "You can see throughout all levels of the company that the opinions, the needs, and the opportunities are there for every division of the company. And our managers are doing a very good job of being responsive to those opportunities for everyone." His leadership style reinforces the importance of valuing every employee and ensuring that recognition and growth are accessible to all. Ron enables others to act by fostering strong interpersonal relationships and investing in trust. He intentionally chose to work from a cubicle, just like everyone else, and positioned it near the elevator to naturally engage with employees as they arrive and leave for the day. He also frequently spends time in the cafeteria to further build meaningful connections. In addition to creating a culture of approachability, Ron empowers employees by recognizing and nurturing their potential. He is a firm believer in promoting from within. In 2023 alone, over 7,800 employees completed a 6-week supervisory and training program. 87% of Costco's warehouse managers began their careers in hourly employees as hourly employees, highlighting Ron's commitment to growth and opportunity at every level of the organization.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court lawyer and women's rights activist. Inspire a shared vision. Ruth Bader Ginsburg had a clear and compelling vision for gender equality and equal justice under the law. Ginsburg envisioned a world where men and women would have equal rights and opportunities, and she would communicate this passionately in her arguments and writing. She brought others into her vision through her legal arguments, dissents, and public appearances. Her dissents also inspired young generations to pursue justice as well. Challenge the process. Ruth always challenged the status quo and pushed for reform, particularly in the area of gender discrimination. As a litigator at ACLU, Ginsburg brought strategic cases to the Supreme Court to chip away at laws that discriminated on the basis of sex. She took unconventional approaches, like choosing male plaintiffs in some of her gender equality cases, to show how gender discrimination harmed everyone. She was never afraid to speak truth to power, even when in the minority. Enable others to act. Ruth believed in collaboration and was constantly empowering others. She would mentor countless young lawyers and clerks, and particularly women, so she could give them the tools and the confidence to lead. Her legal advocacy created new legal frameworks that enabled others to continue pushing for equality.
Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, founder of Next, chairman of Pixar. Steve Jobs was well known for being a visionary. He had a talent for building and leading teams, and he was an expert in empowering others. Steve Jobs was known for being a visionary. He was renowned for his ability to articulate a vision and inspire others to share. He was a master communicator who could convey his ideas and motivate his teams. Steve Jobs said in his 2005 commencement address, "You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. Believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path, and that will make all the difference." Building a team. Jobs deeply believed in the power of collaboration. He knew the importance of diverse perspectives when making decisions. He famously identified and cultivated a player's top talent and fostered an environment where they thrived. Jobs says, "Do what you believe is great work. Only way to do great work is to do what you love." Empowering others. Jobs believed in hiring smart and creative people and trusting them to use their abilities to shape the course of action rather than just following instructions. Jobs advocated for a culture of trust and empowerment within his teams. Jobs believed that great leaders trust their employees to make decisions. He also said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life."
As we've seen today, leadership isn't confined to one style or industry. Ron Vacris, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Steve Jobs are all such different people who led different lives, but they all reflected the 5 practices of leadership from the Leadership Challenge. Leadership is about being intentional, consistent, and willing to grow. Whether you're trying to lead a team, a classroom, or just yourself, these practices can help guide you to become a better leader.